What is going on, guys? This is Ben here coming at you once again from Hawaii. As you guys may hear the waves in the background, you may see them as well. I know maybe the lighting, you can't see me that great. That's fine. I just think this is an awesome kind of recording place where you can notice the background, even if you can't really see me that well, whatever. So today's video is going to be about the new Clash Royale balance changes coming in here. I'm actually really excited about these changes. I think they were very, very much needed, and I pretty much agree with all of them except for maybe one or two. But we're going to talk about those. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on them as well, and let me know if you think anything else needs changing or whatever. So yeah, guys, I'm in Hawaii if you didn't know, and if my hair is a little messy or whatever, I'm sorry. I just got up. We're actually going to be going whale watching soon, and I don't have a whole lot of time to record, so that's why. And then if you may hear the waves and it's a little bit hard to hear me, I apologize. But so let's get into the balance changes. These balance changes are coming live on January 24th. That is the day I will be going back home on the 24th at night. So I'll be back home January 25th during the day. But for the first change, a lot of people saw this one coming. A lot of people wanted this to happen. And I will note as well, as you can see on my game, I'm going to be using a battle deck of all the cards, or some of the cards, because not all of them fit in the battle deck, that are going to be getting changes. So the first one though, Royal Ghost. His damage is down by 6%, so he's going to hit less harder. His invisibility is delayed basically he takes longer for him to go invisible. So they changed it from 0.7 seconds to 1.2 seconds. And that's a huge change. So the reason why the Royal Ghost was so good is because he would attack a bunch of troops, deal damage, maybe take them out, and then go invisible again and no one can touch him until he starts hitting again. So them delaying that by 0.5 seconds is going to make him easier to take out, easier to kill, easier to hit, easier to get damage on him. But he's still gonna be very unique and very useful in many situations. So I do like that change. And then also his hit speed is slightly changed. His hit speed is from 1.7 seconds to 1.8 seconds. So a little bit changed there. Nothing too crazy, but I think overall that's a nice rework for the Royal Ghost. I think everyone really, personally, I thought he needed one as well, a change. I'm kind of sad because he's not going to be as overpowered as he was for my level 1 account, because I still haven't had time to trophy push on there, but it's alright. And the next one is Zappies, and I'm going to get into a next match here. I'll try my best to read the balance changes and also try and win here still, but like I said, I'm using cards that are all getting changes, so I'll talk about all of these. The Zappies, they now target ground and air troops. That's not I really like how they target air troops now, but I still think the Zappies are still going to be pretty bad. That's just my personal opinion. The reason is they're 4 elixir and they don't do a whole lot of damage. They might be nice to take out bats. Other than that, maybe slow down some minions now. But I just think they need a damage buff in addition to their maybe targeting air troops. That's just my personal opinion. Let me know what you guys think of the Zappies. And then next up, we have the Hunter. A lot of people think this is actually a nerf when first looking at this for the Hunter, but me, myself, you guys know I've been advocating since day one that the Hunter is a great card. I think he could be a legendary status card in my personal opinion. I just think he's so versatile, does a lot of things that I really, really do enjoy. He does splash damage, and that wave was really, really loud there. So I personally like the Hunter, but a lot of people when they see this, they think this is a nerf to him. I think it's actually a buff, a pretty significant one, and I'll go over those reasons why. So his range is getting smaller. So his range was 5 tiles before, and now it is 4. So he has less range. But in terms of the Hunter, that is actually really, really good. And I'll give you that reason right now, because as you guys know, the Hunter does more damage. Is this balloon going to get to my tower? Good, it did not. The Hunter does more damage the closer it is to troops. So him having that less range there is going to mean he's going to be shooting at a closer range when he's trying to shoot at troops, trying to shoot at the tower, and everything else. Because I'll kind of show it right now. Okay, watch. We drop the Hunter down the lane. See how far away he's going to shoot at this tower? Well, at the Musketeer at that distance, that's 5 tiles about. So when it's 4 tiles, he's actually going to have to get up closer to that troop to shoot. And he'll do more damage in turn because he does more damage closer up. And then also, his bullet spread is slightly smaller too. So the cone of his projectile range is like that cone shape where his bullets go, and now it's going to be smaller. Oh, we got Lava Hound versus Lava Hound. It's going to be smaller, which is actually good as well, because that means more of those bullets are going to actually hit the targets, and it's going to be less wider. So I think that's overall a good change for him. He's going to be less range, but it's going to be, in turn, deal more damage for him. And I think it's, like I said, I think it's solid. But this guy is a balloon. This is like the one battle deck I actually did not want to face because I don't have really great crowners for the air troops, and my battle deck is kind of weird. But we'll continue on though. So the Night Witch initial bat spawn quicker. So with Night Witch, I was surprised to see that actually getting a little bit of buff. I thought she was pretty balanced. It looks like I'm gonna end up losing this one. That's fine. I've been reading and everything, trying to like at least play a competitive match and not just get blown out of the water. So I apologize if that annoys you when I'm reading these balance changes and everything. But so Night Witch getting stronger. That's fine with me, I guess. I thought she was perfectly fine how she was, but that's okay. The bat's hit speeds is reduced. It was 1 second, and now it's 1.1 second. I'm fine with that. The bats are actually really strong, making them a little weaker. A lot of people wanted to see it reduced to 4 bats, I think. I think that was too big of a nerf, so we'll take the reduced hit speed, and it's not that big of a change. The Lava Hound, given a buff. Hit points plus 5%. Solid, we'll take it. And I'm not going to get into a next match until I finish reading the balance changes so that I can actually focus on the gameplay. So Lava Hound getting more tankier. I think we're just going to see a lot more play. The Goblin Hut, I personally didn't feel as though the Goblin Hut needed a change, but a lot of pros and all that, I think they did, like basically said it was overpowered and everything, but its spawn speed is reduced by 0.1 second. So the spawn speed was 4.9 and now it is 5 seconds. And all that does, all that does is really it changes its spawn. It only spawns 1 less goblin out of the hut, which is a slight change, but yes, that 1 goblin can make a big difference. So there is that. The mini P.E.K.K.A. hit points plus 7%. I agree with that one. The mini P.E.K.K.A. really wasn't seeing a whole lot of play or anything. Lumberjack, I don't agree with this one. The Lumberjack is hit points is plus 0.7% as well. It means it's getting more HP. I don't agree with that one. I thought the Lumberjack was perfectly fine, and now I think he's going to be really, really strong. A lot more people are going to be using him. He's going to be a lot more tankier. Like I said, I'm a fan of the Lumberjack. We share the same beard and everything, but I think that's going to make him a little bit too strong. But we'll see. I think he's just going to see a lot more play. And this one's my favorite. The Mortar range is from 0.45 to 3.5. That's the minimum range. So it still has the same length range to the tower. Its damage does the same amount. It's just that you guys know when troops get close to the mortar will revert shooting to like the tower or whatever troops that are far away. But now they're changing that range to be smaller. That means, because it was so hard to counter the mortar, and like when the mortar would, say you have like a P.E.K.K.A. or a giant enclosing in on that mortar, and they get past that 4.5 range, the mortar will no longer shoot at it, and a lot of times you don't have a lot of elixir to save like your tower from getting shot at. So now this reduced range, minimum range of the mortar, it'll mean like it's going to shoot 1 more time or 2 more times at that giant that's closer to it, or the P.E.K.K.A. closer to it. So it gives you more time to counter and everything like that, more time to take it out before it starts shooting at your tower. So I'm a fan of that. It doesn't totally kill it either. It still does the same things as always. But we'll open up this gold chest here. Like I said, we'll try and get a victory now. Let me know what you guys think of the balance changes. Do you like them? Do you agree with them? Is there any cards you wish you would have saw in here that you didn't? I will say one thing. A lot of people are gonna say, why aren't there Elite Barbarian nerf or Royal Giant nerf? And I'll tell you exactly what Supercell kind of told us. The problem with the Elite Barbarians and the Royal Giant is not the cards themselves. Like at tournament level, Elite Barbarians and Royal Giants honestly are not that strong, as you guys all know. They're actually fairly easy to counter. So that's why in tournaments you never really see a 12-win Royal Giant battle deck or 12-win Elite Barbarian battle deck, because they're fairly easy to play against and counter. It's just in like 1v1 ladder matches when you face them and they're level 13 and they're maxed out, and say your cards are lower level, like say they're lower in trophies and they have maxed out Elite Barbarians and maxed out Royal Giants, and your cards are like only level 11 or something. And since they're common cards, they're so easy to level up. The term is called hyper leveled. They get hyper leveled, and a lot of people, it's hard for them to deal with, and that's when they're the problem. So the problem is not the balance of the card themselves as it pertains to their level. It's just like people hyper leveling that card, and it makes it very tricky to deal with in like some certain trophy ranges when people's card levels are on par with those. So that's something that Supercell is going to have to fix, which is a longer term issue or harder thing to fix than just changing around stats and numbers to make it even at card levels. Because like at tournament levels, they're balanced. Everyone knows that. It's just when they get hyper levels. So a lot of people are like, why not implement a suggestion like, say you're in Hog Mountain, you can only use, or card levels, like right here we're playing level 13 Elite Barbarians, which is fine for me. But like say for in Hog Mountain, card levels are capped at like for commons level 11, commons are or rares are like level 9, like tournament standard for Hog Mountain. And then that means that would take away the sense of like hyper leveling, and basically that would solve the issue, because like if you're in that arena and you have these high level cards, it doesn't really benefit you a whole lot to not push up to the next arena, so you can finally get full benefit of your cards being a higher level, because that would fix the issue like that. But it's a hard issue to tackle, because then it could fall under like, well then people are probably going to not upgrade their cards as much, and maybe we'll make a little less money from Clash Royale Allies. Who really knows? I'd say that'd be a good fix, because then like say you get up to the next arena, which is Electro Valley, and then your commons can be level 12. And then they're capped at that range. Yes, you can still upgrade your card to level 13 or whatever. It's just when you play a match, it will be reverted to level 12. Like, kind of like how when you play a tournament, your card levels are reverted back to like level 9, level 11 for the tournament standard stuff. So that would be one fix for it, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. And now, guys, I forgot to mention this earlier. I do believe with the balance change, there is going to be a new troop. I'm calling it right now. I believe there's going to be a new troop challenge or something released when this new balance change comes live, because when they add like the update stuff for the balance changes, that's probably when they'll throw that new troop in there, and then shortly after we'll see like a pre-release or an early challenge for whatever that card is. So I'm gonna guess 24th or 25th we'll start seeing like a new card challenge, or I shouldn't say I'm gonna guess. I think we should, because Clash Royale specifically stated in like their Ask Me Anythings they've said in the past, they want to release new troops like every month or so. And it's been over a month since we had the early release challenge of the Royal Ghost. So with that, I think it would fall in line with us getting a new troop if they want to stay true to their word about a new troop release every month. And with that, we're gonna wrap up the video here. I know it was kind of shorter. I do apologize. Went over the balance changes, but expect to see hopefully a new troop with the balance changes shortly after, like in the shop, or not in the shop, in the special events challenge. Hopefully we'll see like in a day or so we'll get to play the new card and try and unlock it early. Other than that, if you weren't able to see me, you weren't able to hear me that much, I'm sorry. The waves kind of got loud, but it's just so cool to have this view from the hotel room. And yes, that is a beach behind me. It looks like grass right now, but no, there's a beach. You can see people walking out there sometime. So other than that, let me know what the changes are. Do you agree with them? Is there anything you think they missed? Do you think there's going to be a new troop as well? You guys agree with me on that? But if there's another video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys later.